It's not easy when you feel such a huge responsibility on your shoulders. Right now, a lot rests on your decisions. And the only really feasible solution that you think that you have that really seems to be a long-term answer to a longer-term problem doesn't really seem like it's going to bring a quick release from your situation after all. And in addition to that, you're concerned about your capacity to take care of everything that needs to be sorted in the interim. In the meantime, while you're dealing with the scenario that you're dealing with, it doesn't seem like the choice that you're making is going to provide for, well, for lack of a better way to put it, the most leisurely type of lifestyle. And so it has you questioning everything, absolutely everything. And I'm going to tell you that perhaps a little bit of questioning is a whole lot of good, but only a little bit. So what area of your life is this impacting? Well, that's really going to relate to wherever this lunar eclipse is falling in your chart. And in addition to that, the planets that it is forming aspects to, that's going to determine what this is all about for you. And if you're interested in knowing a little bit more about it, then you can schedule an astrological service with me through the astrological services page of my website, which you should see linked above. But notice that I did say that only a little bit of doubt is good, right? Because if a whole lot of doubt gets entertained for a really long time, well, that burden becomes bigger. When that burden becomes bigger, your desire to prove a point becomes even larger. So how can a little bit of doubt be good? Well, if you question that you know absolutely everything, then you're going to approach this situation with a lot more humility. Because certainly in the process of what you're dealing with, sacrifice is going to be required. Yes, you're likely going to have to deal with some limitations. I'm not going to, kind of hold back on you and tell you anything other than that. But you know what? If you know what you're dealing with and you recognize the cost that's involved in the situation that you're dealing with, but then if you equally weigh that against the value of that which you're sacrificing for, you're going to recognize that in the long run, this is probably one of the best decisions you could ever make. Then when that happens, you'll question less your choice. You'll accept the responsibility that you are going to have to accept in order to fulfill your commitment to this situation. And then you'll find yourself in a position where you're trusting things a lot more, and you'll feel like you're having to muscle things a lot less. You don't want to muscle this situation too intensively. A little bit of pushing's good. A whole lot is not really going to help things, and in the end will likely do more damage than it does help, right? So now I know you're probably sitting and going, well, gee, how am I going to balance all that? Well, just trust that you will. Trust that you will. Analyze the situation. Reflect upon your decision. But don't go so deeply into doubt that you feel that you have a point to prove. The moment that you feel you have a point to prove is the moment that you're going to find yourself in a position where you're putting too much effort into a situation that requires some effort, but perhaps not as much as you're measuring. I presently have 2 courses that are starting in August and a few more which begin in the new year. If you're interested in registering for any of these courses, please feel free to visit my webinar courses page, which is linked above. I'm not going to tell you about all of them because it would just take too much time. So thanks a lot for watching this video on the partial lunar eclipse in Uttara Ashadha Nakshatra, which takes place on the 16th of July, 2019. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.